You ever seen a coyote?
Yeah.
They look small, right?
Yeah.
You know, not the ones in our dumpster. I was cleaning out, throwing stuff away in the trash.
Big.
Big ass coyote. I'm
Probably been eating of human food.
I'm not gonna lie, that I like backed up a little bit. What do you think about like 100 coyotes versus Coach Brian? Do you think like 100 coyotes could beat me?
I feel like if you have the wall and you can keep your distance and it's like angle 9 degrees, there's one coyote at a time.
One like the movie 300. Yeah, just this. Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Coach Brian here. I'm back. And guys, the gym's pretty busy right now, but I just wanted to give you a video. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I believe it's like Andre. He's kind of got like a different name. Andre, you have asked for these videos, and I have promised you videos, and I have not given you videos for about 2.5, 3 years. So I'm gonna do one right now. One of the questions that he asked 3 years ago was, what are some of the common mistakes that jiu-jitsu people, jiu-jitsu practitioners make when they transition to MMA? And so I'm just off the top of my head, I thought a little bit about it just before we hit the camera, turned it on, but I may remember some more stuff and I might miss some stuff. If I do miss something, please mention it down in the comment section, and that way we can talk about it in the comment section. So here's some of the most common things that I would report that jiu-jitsu guys do that are mistakes when they transition to MMA. First one would be, it's not jiu-jitsu anymore. There are strikes involved. You must learn takedowns. Why do jiu-jitsu guys think that they can train jiu-jitsu? Just pretend, come down to your stance. Train jiu-jitsu, pull guard, and just think that we're gonna get on the ground this way. Or I'm going to watch some old Hoist Gracie videos and I'm going to touch the knee and clinch. And then once I clinch, it's gonna be pretty simple to just do one of these and take somebody down. Okay? Which it can be effective if you know how. But if you don't practice it and you just spend your couple, like 1 month a year practicing takedowns, you aren't gonna be prepared for MMA. So jiu-jitsu guys, number one, you gotta learn takedowns, okay? That's a given. Go learn your takedowns, because today's jiu-jitsu doesn't have them. Today's jiu-jitsu does not have takedowns, okay? Unless you're Aaron. Aaron knows takedowns. Yeah, look at that. So, all right. Okay, second one is once we end up on the ground, okay, let's say we're in half guard. In jiu-jitsu, we spend a large amount of time framing. So if he's here, like this, hugging my neck, like in jiu-jitsu, you're taught elbows in, and you're taught to get your frames. So once you get your frames, you get into like this common knee shield position, and then once you're here, you play jiu-jitsu. Because there's a game of him guard passing and me attacking, looking for sweeps, looking for things. Guys, I'm not saying that framing is not important. Framing is certainly important. But remember, now the guy wants to punch you. So if he's punching you, you don't want to frame. If I'm here, I have to learn how to clinch. Or keep punching. Look, and now I go back to the guard. Don't even go in the guard. Just posture and start punching. See, now I'm not having fun. You know, I'm trying to do my jiu-jitsu, but I'm having problems with my sweeps, and I'm getting punched in the face. Okay, this kind of jiu-jitsu is still very important. You have to know this jiu-jitsu. Like, you have to know the sweeps. You have to know all that stuff. But you've got to understand that it's not as free-flowing as it is in jiu-jitsu when there's no strikes involved. You have to learn clinching. One of the most common grips that I like is this grip. Let's go to half guard. Instead of the frame to push the guy off of you, I like this grip. Okay? I reach over, he's got the underhook. So he's in the better position. And I do what I call the shoulder trick. Okay? I keep his head right here, and I block like this. Okay? If I want to play. Now if he's trying to hit me, it's tough. Okay? Try to pull away. Try to stand up. Keep going. Yeah. So now, look at this jiu-jitsu. Look at the difference. Okay? See the difference in this? Okay? If the guy's smashing me, I bridge, get on my side. See, I can hold here. Instead of framing, where you're just going to keep getting hit. Now, you can frame to get your guard back, to push him off of you, to try to get up. But it's very difficult to play jiu-jitsu the same way unless your opponent kind of gives you something. And not good opponents aren't going to just give you something every moment. So framing is a problem. In the guard, close guard. Okay? If you guys are in close guard, we're not doing this. We're not on a sleeve in here. We're not playing, spider. We're not doing spider lasso. So, guys, again, you still need this jiu-jitsu that I just mentioned, but it's not nearly as effective. You guys got to know your basic punch block series. I have to learn how to be real sticky with the hands. Throw the punch, I block. Okay? I have to be able to block. I have to be able to do this stuff so that I can enter into my moves. Okay? Controlling the arms. Stand up. See, like using your feet and then controlling everything so a guy can't just do what he wants. See, earlier it was easy, right? When I was doing this. See? Like, guys, I can't stay in this position long. I can't stay here long. One good punch to the body. He might be hitting my head, and then he hits me one time in the body, and boom, now I've got another thing I gotta think about. Now my body's getting hurt. Then the punches come back up to the head, and now I'm blocking again. He hits me in the body, and then boom. You're not gonna be in these situations where you're comfortable shooting into the leg locks and getting into these kind of positions, and it's just gonna be easy like it is in jiu-jitsu. So that's something. Probably the most important thing I can say is falling down. Why do you fall down? Jiu-jitsu guy, why do you fall down? I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm a wrestler. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy too. I don't fall down. I use the wrestling base that I was brought up with, and I take it into my jiu-jitsu. Why do you fall down? Why do you get into situations and voluntarily accept the bottom position? It's I call it a disease of jiu-jitsu. It's really odd because it makes sense, but it's odd because we should be taught to stay on top. Take them down and stay on top. Or if you're on the bottom, sweep them and then get on top, stay on top. That's what we should be taught. But there's everything down to lay down your back. Okay? Guys, look, if I'm in a position doing jiu-jitsu, and if he starts to do a hard bridge, like this, I cannot fall off balance. I need my toes in the mat. Okay? Start to roll me this way. I can't get rolled. Okay? I have to learn hard base, bro. I have to learn base. Okay? Staying on top. If you're in the mount position, and you guys choose to mount like this, and you haven't cooked your opponent yet, if he's not cooked, which means very tired, you generally shouldn't be where I am right now, okay? I should be low, hooks in, okay? Crossed ankles, hooks, dominating my opponent with his elbows out, okay? If his elbows are down and in, and I just get up here and I think I'm gonna just do this, his bridging and rolling takes me over to one side, and he might wrestle up, or, and this is what I'm talking about, I want you to grab my waist, this one. Yes, jiu-jitsu guys will try to shoot the triangle. Now, it's a beautiful technique, and I love it, and I teach it, but why did jiu-jitsu trains us to go for the kill, which is good. However, he's too fresh. And if this guy's a black belt, he's good. He's not gonna just get tried. He's gonna posture out. I'm gonna lose the position. We're gonna have to go back to battling, okay? One more time. If he's on his back and the guy again sits up when I do this and grab my waist and he starts to get up, guys, keep balance. You don't have to go for every single move like you do when you're sparring jiu-jitsu, where there's strikes not involved. This is a fight. I can just balance, try to get up. I'm just gonna stay here. I don't care if he recovers. I'll just go right back. Or if he gets half guard, so what? So what? I'll keep this guy down and I'll keep doing the same thing that I talked about to him. This is the jiu-jitsu you guys need. Again, if the guy's grabbing my body and I see that triangle, get up on the hand, and I see that triangle, instead of trying to go for the triangle, just keep a balance. Like, this is much smarter. You shouldn't be going for submissions all the time. Submissions are the kill. When do you go for the kill? The death blow. When they are exhausted, when they are cooked. Now, some of you will point out that so-and-so got a submission in the first 30 seconds. Yeah, that's great, but I'm giving you advice. Think about what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say you can't get a knockout in the first round. I'm trying to tell you smart play means keep your defense good, keep your offense conservative until you wear that guy out. And then when you know the time is right, then go in for the kill. But so what I call disease of falling down, accepting the bottom position, it happens because we go for submissions, and it happens in like almost all the takedowns. We get in a clinch, and I'm going here, and he sprawls, and then all of a sudden, like, we just want to go to our guards. Okay? We go to our guard. We're getting blocked by you. So we go to our guard. When I'm in a fight and he sprawls, I like this kind of reaction is, we don't need this, guys. Yes, it's a thing. It has to be addressed. If I'm training my fighter for his fight and we know that the guy is a Ryan Hall or a Chrome Gracie, and Chrome Gracie may try to jump, and jump guard. Do you remember? They slam his head on the ground and then punch him and knock him out. So, but if you know you're gonna fight someone like that from jiu-jitsu, who's very, very good, yes, we need to get ready for these different types of games. It's like a chess match, but the guy has a very eclectic, different kind of chess game. It's a wild game. You still have to know, you still have to be ready for it. But we should not, if we're an instructor, we should not be teaching our guys as their base foundation to attack in this way. Now, of course, individuals are different, so that's their style. That's what they do. I get it, and that's what makes them successful. But I'm giving you my best advice. Learn to defend, stay on top. Turtling, oh my gosh. Guys, jiu-jitsu guys will stay on their back sometimes, thinking that they can never give their back. And I like that MMA is finally showing people nowadays that turtling is not the end of the world. That, yes, I don't want to give my back and get choked, but if I'm having some problems here, and this guy's like, here, I can get up, he goes for my back, and I'm grabbing hands, and I can start standing up. This is not in jiu-jitsu. This is a mistake. Because now, take my back. What would happen is, go to the back. See the reaction? This is more jiu-jitsu reaction. Elbows in, turtling, trying to get back to my guard. I'm not trying to say you never do this. You should do it sometimes, but you don't always have to do it. So a mistake is to not learn how to get hand control and wrestle back up. If I'm in the turtle, go behind me, start punching. Okay. Keep on. Okay? See how I'm staying away from that punch? Now walk with me. Okay? You know, there's a lot of different, I'm just showing some, you know, random things, but the point is hand control. Get the guy's hand. You know, get the guy's hand. Yes, you might lose it. You know, get up on top, put some weight on his head. You know, you might lose it. You might turn in and get to a leg. You know, learn different ways of wrestling in these positions. Guys, I interchangeably will say the word wrestling, grappling, jiu-jitsu. The wrestling fans hate it if I say that jiu-jitsu guys can do wrestling moves and call it jiu-jitsu. Whatever. Nowadays, wrestling is borrowing from jiu-jitsu nowadays. So it's all grappling, okay? This is just one video, guys. I could go on and on if I keep thinking about it, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section, because I'm likely gonna forget some of really obvious things. So if something's super obvious that I didn't cover right now, I probably didn't, post it down low. I'll be reading the comment section. Thank you guys so much. So I'm excited to read what you guys have to say. And yeah, guys, I love wrestling, I love jiu-jitsu, I love MMA. Let's make it all better. And then all you jiu-jitsu guys out there that are thinking about making the transition, you know, make that transition. Learn how to wrestle a little bit. Learn how to mix it in. And that way you can represent your school well, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, David. All right, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.